What's up, witches? This is Eisen. Today I'm moving stuff around on the palette because I'm going to a music festival and I was thinking it'd be more convenient. Whew. That ain't vodka water, that's vodka. What the hell? No wonder I was frickin' wasted all Canada day and night. Damn, dude. So I'm thinking to fully cement this ridiculous lip gloss green blend thing. It's just, you can't even touch it. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to mix it with this thing, which is a whole lot harder. It's basically just red, purple, probably a mix of red lipstick and whatever the hell else. Just surprisingly, I have like the pink eyeshadow that I made. I thought it was going to be too pink, but I just take a brush and I freaking blend it right out, which sort of makes it into a face powder. It's not as bad as I thought it would be when I first made it. And yeah, this green thing that I made with the green eyebrow pomade, it's freaking garbage. I mean, look at it. I know the whole point of it is that it's green, and I took a whole lot of effort to freaking make it green, but really that doesn't look all that great. It's cool tone green, so there's no point in having that still there. I'm just gonna mix them together. I want to make a video on this later, but yeah, YouTube frickin' banned me for a day from commenting because I made a hate speech comment, which frickin' was probably something along the lines of there are two genders. So, you know, I as a trans guy have the right to frickin' say that because I literally transitioned. So I think I'm just really done with all the frickin' censorship, and I'm going to I'm still gonna frickin' post stuff, but it's going to be more on the Rumble channel. I don't know if I can change the username on that because it's that animal one. I'm just going to be listening to audiobooks that I didn't really get the time for. But yeah, YouTube's going to lose my business for a week or a month or whatever I decide, which is unfortunate because all my favorite channels end up getting some sort of freaking citation for breaking the rules. So it's not really worth it to be on YouTube. I don't know why everybody doesn't just switch to Rumble, but I'm just having one of those switch to Rumble days, so I'll be posting this on YouTube. But yesterday was the first day I decided to do that because I just popped up on my screen like, oh, you can't comment, and I was like, I didn't even frickin' try to, so why are you telling me this? Seems like a lot of the stuff I have made is finally starting to frickin' draw traction. Finally, I'm getting a replacement on my top 10 videos. It's no longer just my whole G Major series and whatnot. That was, for whatever reason, still my most popular content nearly 10 years later. It's so dumb. I mean, yeah, it's good music and everything, but I put more effort onto things that aren't all about that bass by Meghan Trainor G Majored. That video took a minute, maybe 2 minutes to make, and that was frickin' 7 years ago. Yeah, it seems to be the video of mine that people most enjoy aside from the Tarkin one. I don't know where the hell my rags went for this, so I have to fricking use this old mummy costume piece, which is kind of humiliating because it makes a mess. Put edges on it. Ultimately, I want to sew it back together. This looks kind of cool now. It's this purpley color. It has a decent amount of stick. It's not that bad. I would probably frickin' use that. I just don't know if it'd become a favorite. So that's it all cleared out. I'm gonna put the pink there. Fuck's sake. So I'm gonna put this pink shade into the tub, and I'm gonna mix it up with the bits and pieces of the flesh tone it came from, the bits and pieces of the Renegade from Chloe Morello's Pretty Fun and Fearless Volume 2, because that's kind of where this whole set of things came from. And I'm putting in the usual amount of 0.3 of a cap of ISO. Here's what it all currently looks like. Pink and purple mixed together, nude. I don't know what they call this, dusty rose blush. I've lost the word for it. I'm not really a huge fan of eyeshadow anymore. I mean, if I had the choice, if I didn't have this massive collection, I probably wouldn't do it every single day. It's too much all the time, and I have to lessen it by doing this. And I'm glad I can at least use it up like this instead of having to wear the stock colors. Because the stock colors are all freaking girly anyway. I mean, if you don't want to look like a girl, or it doesn't make any sense to wear eyeshadow, stock colors. They never make any freaking good stock colors anymore. It's always pure freaking mica. Not even my mom can find colors she likes anymore. Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. It looks like typical color I usually press. I've done a lot of this color in the past. For whatever reason, a yellow-green color is coming off onto the cloth as I'm pressing it. I don't know which one that's from, but if I had to guess, it would be the nude shade that I made quite a while ago. Yeah, here it is pressed, and since it's still wet, it'll be even lighter. Since I don't need a new eyeshadow color, and I don't feel like freaking experimenting with one when I have 3 different colors I can use on this palette. In fact, 4 if you count that thing. I sure as hell am not going to wear this one or that one at the music festival, so those are just taking up space. But I don't really need many any more than the pink and the brown and fricking green. I'll just set up the fricking funnel and try to get as much highlighter in there as possible. This is the highlighter in question. It's Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder in the color Golden Flower Crown. This is 5.4 grams. I got it in America for American $3, which is actually quite a bit of money. It's worth 5 in Canadian, I think, at the time, because the dollar was just, it was a weird valuation when we went to America. But yeah, I never really thought I'd use this. I just bought it because we were in America freaking back in 2019. Yeah, it's actually a nice color. You know, it doesn't really work if you're pale. It works if you're tan. So if somebody was more pale than me, I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, it really works for me currently. It's nice to actually see hitting pan on a freaking highlighter for the first time in don't know how long, because the first highlighters I ever had were just twist up type of ones. They were all cream. That must have been 2017 or 2018 when I used those up. And then, yeah, I ended up buying on clearance freaking highlighter palettes. Some of them ended up falling and breaking, so that was a freaking ordeal to fix that, really. That was ridiculous. So I'm not sure I would recommend a highlighter palette, especially if you don't do edits of the colors or have any friends to give them to, because you really don't want to waste that stuff. People actually died getting that mica. If it's mica and not Flogo-Phite, yeah, you're kind of just using people's lives for your own benefit at that point. So it's not the best moral decision. I'm doing half a cap of ISO. It's more than the eyeshadow was. I'm going to try garnishing it with more powder just to take up all the ISO I put there. There's pretty much no way you should do this without using some sort of funnel, because even with the funnel it makes a freaking mess. Yeah, don't get caught doing this on the freaking dinner table or nothing, but it needs to be done if you have too much stuff and you're not going to use every single color, which none of us freaking will, really, because no one can be every skin tone at once. Everyone swings one way or the other, like a bisexual. I think there's pretty much enough of that in there. It's freaking gangster, and I'm going to press that. I just realized I didn't use my pressing board again. I like that thing. It's freaking convenient. I mean, it's not a bare extreme freaking necessity. I wouldn't be pooping my pants if I lost it somewhere, but also it's good to be able to just slap it on there and do one press rather than a bunch of little ones with your finger. Because sometimes that ends up pressing it too hard, depending on the pigment, especially the face powder that I pressed. Both the parts of the face powder freaking have different rates that you're supposed to press them, which impacts the amount of fallout that you get from each one, which is why the Iconic was so much freaking easier to press and then to get off onto the brush. Whereas once I pressed the banana powder from Ofra onto the brush and then onto my face, it was just completely freaking impossible. So yeah, I would keep that in mind next time, but it's not the end of the world. if you choose to mix together two powders with different pressing rates and rates of fallout. It must be an ingredient that they put in there. Yeah, I'll have to check the back of the packaging because I still have a second O for banana powder. Yeah, this is how it looks all done. It's nearly a full face palette because you have the eyebrow and hairline section. These are 3 different colors. This one in the middle is that one. I just had too much of it, and this is a brown. This is the mica freaking hairline thing that I must have made in another video. I think that might have been the drunk one, but I can't remember. Left of that one is just a straight brown. This is some sort of berry purple color. It's pretty good. It's not that cool tone. And then this one below it is sort of slate gray and berry, so it's pretty much blackberry. And I don't really like that one very much. Not only is it extremely hard, but the cool tone doesn't work with my skin. And then this is the green, the first version. And then this is the one I've been using up. This one is freaking nice texture and everything. That one is brown with bits of red lipstick and black combined, which is pretty much my preference at this point. This is eyebrow, hairline, freaking bits and pieces of eyeshadow. Eyeshadow I made but won't use. And this one, it's just eyeliner that I was using on my hand, and then that's the rest of it that came out of the tube when I was done using it. But eventually I would like to put face powder on this palette. I don't know if that's actually possible. Wouldn't want to carry every single possible thing on this, because if it falls and breaks or my backpack gets stolen, I'd be kind of screwed. I would have to make it all again or press it again. That'd be a bit of time. Face powder would mix with the rest. So yeah, I mean, ideally someday I will be able to make something like that. Hopefully my highlighting brush that I found at another music festival will be able to sweep right over that. And yeah, so it's pretty gangster. I'm really happy with the way this stuff has gone recently, because here's the thing about experimenting. It's really good for in the beginning of things when you're not really sure what you want to make, because you can always, you know, use up half of it and then remake it again. Also, did that vodka water even freaking hit? Because I don't know if I feel anything. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with the way things have been going, because I haven't been experimenting as much as I used to, because this was, you know, just kind of, this became my vice. Every time I was, you know, feeling bad, instead of going for a walk and freaking grabbing new stuff from the park, I would screw around with this or any of my lip balms and just melt stuff together. But that became this ridiculous thing where I had freaking over 12 different shades of lip balm that were pretty much exactly the same, that were made in different points of the last 3 years. And I didn't end up using up all of them. And then I just had a bunch of eyeshadow shades that weren't even freaking good enough. So, you know, I took accountability of it. I freaking wrote down what the parameters are that I want for eyeshadow and eyebrow and hairline cover up. And, you know, I wrote up what it needs to be, you know, warm skin tone, freaking either darker than my skin or my nails or my eyelids, or it's not, you know, whatever my preference is, because I can't stand having on an eyeshadow that's lighter than my skin. I don't know why, it just looks freaking awful. No, that's girl stuff, really. So I wrote out what I needed, and then I just got working on my YouTube channel more. That ended up with a whole lot less needless experimentation, and, you know, I became more happy with what I had, because there's less stupid crap to use up eventually. And yeah, it really helps you use up things, though, if you haven't ever experimented with mixing things together with ISO, or making different lip balm, or melting things down and ISOing stuff together. It's so freaking easy, and it's so cheap. All you have to do is write down the ratios, and I mean, all you're doing is really helping yourself. And if not, you know, at worst, you just have some shades you wouldn't use that you might have to give to someone else. Oh, no, it's not like you have any family members or friends. Freaking whoops, you know? Pawning things off to people sometimes does work, you know, not reliably enough, but if you've really screwed up, sometimes it does work. I prefer to just remelt things again or repress them into different stuff. You know, if I don't like a couple shades, sometimes I just cut them and put them together, you know? I mean, look at this. This is the state of the palette I was talking about earlier, the Chloe Morello Pretty Fun and Fearless 2. This, I got this obviously secondhand. All my stuff is pretty much secondhand. This was just in a box of things for $100, and it was pretty much $4 a product. So, yeah, this is the state of it. Some of them, this isn't stock. I made this. This is imported from a different palette. So is that one. And they're all pretty good. This one is obviously used on the hairline. I couldn't have asked for a better way to use up my collection than this, because I try to sell it and it won't sell, and my lot in life is just to use all this up. And it'll maybe take me until 2040 to use up that and frickin' all the other palettes and foundations and whatever the hell else I have. But yeah, I mean, I try to trade them away. I try to get rid of them, but they just stay in my house. So yeah, just as I said last time, if anybody sees something that they actually freaking want to buy off me, or you want to request some sort of product, only if you're local, we can meet up and exchange whatever the hell it is. Because yeah, I don't really need this stuff. I don't really need most of it. I won't use a lot of it, and it'll take me maybe until 2030 or 2040 to use all of it. And that's the middle class reality of things. So, I think I'm pretty much done. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Eyes out.